My name is Highway. I am a ex-Team Fortress 2 player and currently a Overwatch player. I play on the flex role for team. I basically got into this game initially from my friends in TF2 transferring over to Overwatch. I had a friend named Anto who he sort of convinced me to get into the game because he thought that I had potential to actually make a go out of my esports career. And at the time I was only 16, so I didn't really, I wasn't going to say no. I mean, playing video games is great. And yeah, I just moved into Overwatch because it seemed like the right thing to do. And I chose the flex role because it just seemed like it had the most potential to carry through flexibility, which is something that I value very much. I am very, very insistent on breaking down the game and understanding sort of where do I think the meta is going to go, right? And a good way to do that is think about competitive play and see what heroes people will call you an abuser on, right? So lately for the past couple of seasons, I get called a Sombra and a Mei abuser quite a bit, right? But as soon as I start abusing those heroes and people call me out in ranked for it, they become meta all of a sudden, right? So clearly I'm onto something if I'm quote unquote abusing the strong characters, you know? I got called a Brig abuser, then a Sombra abuser, now I'm getting called a Mei abuser, I got called a Hog abuser last season. But as long as I'm picking a strong hero and I'm getting called an abuser on it, it makes me more insistent on learning the character because that seems more likely it's going to be meta in the upcoming, any upcoming meta changes. Yes, I've played quite a bit of Sigma. He's a very fun character. I think that there's a lot of things to his kit that are sort of mashups of previous heroes. So as someone who has flexed across all of the heroes and take a lot of pride in, and someone who takes a lot of pride in being a very flexible player, I think Sigma is a great culmination of a lot of different mechanics, and I quite enjoy him actually. So this is actually an interesting question because a lot of my discussions that I've been having with my Twitch chat have been, is Sigma a main tank or an off tank? And it's hard for me to tell because on one hand, he doesn't have a lot of mobility, so he's not going to work great with dive compositions. And his shield is somewhat small. It's very easy to redeploy, but when you're walking through a choke or something along those lines, his shield can pose a lot of challenges for a team. So it's hard for me to say he's a main tank. On the same side though, he doesn't really complement any of the main tanks super well, in my opinion, with the exception of Orisa. The off tanks he could do well with, I suppose, would be things like D.Va and Zarya, because those are two heroes that can sort of force a main tank through a position. D.Va uses her defense matrix, makes it really easy for a main tank to get through a choke, whether they have shield resources or not. And of course, Zarya bubble stop stuns and all that sort of stuff, which Sigma otherwise would not be able to do himself. So if he is a main tank, I would say I'd probably play something like D.Va or Zarya with him to complement the character. But I think he's more of a hybrid, and I don't know, I think Orisa is probably the best complementary tank to Sigma. I have gotten help from throughout my career. In the very beginning days, I mentioned a friend of mine named Anto who helped me to transfer from Team Fortress 2 into Overwatch, and he was actually my first coach in games. So he's someone I look up to that not a lot of people know. The people who I do look up to that more people will know of would be Shifty. He's currently helping my team and myself with our strategy and our gameplay refinement. Previously, British Hurricane coach back in Season 1 of 2018 Contenders, I want to say. He's definitely someone I look up to quite a bit. And also another guy named Pure, who is no longer in the Overwatch coaching scene, but he also helped me last year with a lot of my views on the game and gave me so many great, unforgettable opportunities. So those are the 2 or 3 people that I would really name as people who have helped me throughout my career.